So we want to look at how to analyze Likert scale data using R. And I have three libraries: the read Excel, the tidyverse, and the Likert packages. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read in my data using the read underscore XLSX, so that I'll be able to see what type of data I have, and therefore I'm in a good position. And if I want, I can view my data. I can view my data that I'm calling data. Then I'll be able to see. I have quite a bit of data, but the key part I'm interested in is the PREQ1 all the way to PREQ number I think 14. Yes, that is the Likert scale data that I'm interested in. I want to do some work with it. So I'll go back. And what do I do next? After I bring in the data, let me just be specific and select the columns that I'm interested in. The specific columns, let me call it data 1. And then I want just to use the pipe to help me select. And I know the columns of it, so I'm going to select that. And yes, that works well for me. And then now, one thing you'll observe is that if I try to view this data, it tells me that this data is a character, and I want to change that. So I'll say mutate if it's character, then I tell it to change as factor. So the purpose of that is because I know after I have copied, it comes in as a character data. So the purpose of that is to convert it into a factor. The next thing I want now is I want to convert my data into the Likert scale. So let me call this data 2. The Likert scale is strongly disagree is 1. So I'm going to pick my data 1. I'm going to bring in the pipe and say mutate hat. Where do I mutate hat? If it's obviously all of it starts with this, but let me select if your data starts with pre-Q, pre-Q1 up to 14, there are 14 of them, you select for me. And I say functions, case when, that's a deploy package, which is part of the tidyverse. Maybe I should bring it down here. Case when strongly disagree should be assigned 1. Then I put a comma. That's the first one. Then the second one is disagree. I assign it as 2. The third one is neither agree nor disagree. I assign it 3. Then the fourth one is agree. I'm going to assign it 4. And then the final one is strongly agree. key. I'm going to assign it the value 5. And that closes out everything. So I seem to be having a problem here. I think I should be having a comma there. Yes, that's why it was complaining. So let me see how my data looks like. So now I can view my data 2. That's my data 2. And I can also view my data. That's my original data. No, I want to view data 1. This is my data 1, neither agree, strongly disagree, and I've turned it into data 2 now. But one thing I'll note is that I go through my data, I realize that it's showing as numeric. So I'll be forced again to convert my data to using the pipe. I say, first of all, I want it to be a data frame. Then after that, I'm going to mutate if is dot numeric. I want to make it as a factor. So data 2, you can check through, you realize that it shows that that data is mutate if. So what I could do is it's giving me a challenge. I could put data 2 here, and then I decide to remove the pipe, and I see if all will be well. Yeah, it works. So I can still view data 2. It's always good to check and see if everything is working out. And I seem to be very okay. Now, the last step is to be able now to convert my data to into a likert scale by just saying likert data 2. And well, I don't have any challenges. What I want to do now is I just want to show you a simple plot, a likert scale plot that is, and I'm going to plot it outside the R Studio. And that's why I have done the dev.new so that it gives me the image outside. So that's what I have. It's a nice plot for all the variables. You can do other things with it, but the key thing I wanted to share with you today is how you can be able